Hello and welcome back to the Dispatch. I'm QueeQuey and we'll be covering the week of October 10th. In the news, we have a Highlander article from Will, an article from Exa, as well as a note from the video team. Will's article goes over all the questions from the postseason survey from last season, with the results as well as a tidbit about Challenger at the end. Some notable takeaways would be that Highlander players don't want to play more than one match a week, are quite interested in a cup solely focused on whitelist changes such as unbanning the airstrike. Invite players do not want to change the playoff structure to a LAN one. Invite and Challenger were split on having a best of 5 for Grand Finals, and most interestingly to me, 70% of IM to Invite players would be interested in playing for a prize pool with a paid division. For the map survey results, Vigil came out on top with the most very enjoyable votes, with 81% of players liking the map, a 10% increase from last season. Asheville follows up with 82% of players enjoying the map, an increase of 4%, but with less top scores than Vigil. Swiftwater bumps up to 63% enjoyable over 60% of the previous season, with 22% being neutral. Product had 67% as a 5% decrease. Upward had an enjoyability rating of 72%, with a decrease of 6% over last season. And Steel is the third highest rated map, with a 74% enjoyability rating as an 8% increase. Lastly, the new Cascade unfortunately didn't poll well with a 42% enjoyment rating, the same as Lakeside in the previous season. Moving on, Exa's article reminds everyone that the Uber pause bug has been causing issues on ServeMe servers. If you have a server with the RGL plugin, the server should be fine. But if the Uber exploit does happen, teams are expected to tell the other that they got Uber during the pause. The Corpse Carrier had a bunch of issues, both with player configs, especially those on lower end systems, as well as gameplay issues. The cosmetic is banned from the whitelist for the time being. Lastly, RGL is looking for new anti-cheat members. As an anti-cheat member, you should have a good track record, have seasons of experience, and have the time to launch investigations. If you're interested, you can apply to volunteer in the description. Speaking of hiring, the video team is hiring volunteers again. We're looking for people who have some editing experience and some game experience. Your type of editor doesn't matter. For example, I use DaVinci Resolve Studio, Maven, who makes the Pug videos and leads the team, uses Vegas, and others use Premiere. I'm also personally looking for someone to help me out on Dispatch by looking out for news and some background work. The link to apply will be shared with the anti-cheat application form in the description. Onto the Sixes side of RGL, in Invite, there were a few flip-flops in the middle of the division, with Mal and Milky's moving up one position, while Global Clan Ice and Fire drop one position. The Global Clan Fire vs Witness gaming match was rescheduled to the 18th, and the Milky's matches have been postponed. Then in Advance, Yeti slides into first place this week, being uncontested with 7 wins. LMNOP moves up to 2nd, with Dynasty and Paul Dog dropping down to 3rd and 4th respectively. FX moves up from 8th to 7th as they cap off the teams that are 5 and 3. Kron's tops the 4-4 teams, with Tiger Woods climbing back into the top 10 at 8th this week. Wage Slaves and Blanc Esports finish out the top 10. On to Invite Highlander, Shovel and Froggyland move up one position as 3600 lost their first match this week to Hood Naruto. Somebody Help and Amigos swap positions due to Somebody Help taking a 3-0 over Train Station. For Advanced, For My Mom continues to hold first, but now uncontested as 9:30 Bedtime drops down to 3rd. Heavy's Name holds 2nd, but is barely ahead of Bedtime in match points, with Kaboom Collective moving up 1 to cap off the teams that are 3 and 1. Home Depot Esports moves up 2 positions to 5th, while Experience drops 2 to 6th. Dream takes 7th, but is closely followed by Vindicators, who drop to 8th. Insidious makes it back into the top 10 at 9th, with Broken Mice finishing out this week at 10th. And that's all for this week. Thanks for tuning into this episode of the Dispatch, and we'll be back next week for more community and league coverage.